please pay attention. As in the other videos, I was telling you that, I have one of the rare illnesses. I'm allergic to a lot of foods and antibiotics, and the list goes on to regular allergens that are outside, which there a lot of them are not. They're commonly found, but it's like in particular areas, and it's a lot of stuff. But this is what's going on. See how my eyes are dark right now around here? It is due to when I have a histamine intolerance, and when my body builds up with a lot of histamine, if I eat something I don't supposed to have, which is also, I can't have things like beans and eggs and soy, anything bean, no eggs, no animal milk, and the list goes on nuts and all that type of stuff. I don't supposed to have that stuff. I mean, if I want something, I actually supposed to be trying to get some sunflower seeds or something like that. And I'm supposed to be actually on a protein diet, you know. And I can eat other little stuff. I have to make sure everything's prepared correctly, but some things are just a straight up no. No seafood whatsoever. I don't supposed to have no seafood, and the list goes on and on. But the thing is this, I'm gonna make this short and quick. When I was born, of course, you know how in the hospital they feed the babies and all that other stuff and things. But you know what? Even though I'm allergic to a lot of antibiotics too. It's already on file what I can and what I can't have. Uh, and it's just so many things of abundance. Whereas that people thought I was doing a diet because my mom is a singer known as Betty Wright, and her career was getting going good, and she was used to be crying a lot, and when they tried one thing, it was something else till they figured out like, man, so at that time, and here go Patrick Dempsey and all these other people had insurance policies on me. And my mom really didn't know exactly what was going on. I mean, she's steady trying to get her life together. She's taking care of me. She had to move. She done moved in an environment where I wouldn't get sick because of the area and all this type of stuff. For us, like I told you, certain allergens in the air and stuff like that. She did the right thing, and a lot of people wasn't realizing that I was getting better. She was like, my Shonda getting better. That's what my mama said. My mama knew I was getting better, you know. And long as I have my medication, she knows this. You know, I have to have diphenhydramine every day. Every day. Whether I eat something or not, I have to have it every day. And among other things that I need, I have to be doing too. But the main thing is that's what I need every day, and a lot of things I have to particularly just stay away from. Like pudding. I bought some pudding and I tried to eat some, and oh my god, it was just gang and had me just. I just tried it again just to see, cause you know what, I don't know where I be getting this hope from that, you know, but it still stands as it is. Um, but anyway, so like I said, these people had insurance policies on me while I was growing up, and I actually had ended up getting kidnapped. My mom was running frantic looking for me. This other man, I had to went, I had they done took me through several state lines, and that's what was going on. If you look up that rock group that called itself Dio, the sharp man, he was the man that was involved in my kidnapping. He was lying, telling people he at the same time was a molester himself. He was a molester, so this man and these people did all this stuff, kept lying, playing games, and doing the numerous things. Now, all the time, these people in the industry knew where I was, like Smokey Robinson, them, and Rick James didn't know where I was at till later on down the line. And but that's basically what it had summed up to be. That's what it was. They was going around. Anybody kept saying that people kids was sick. They was trying to kill people kids, and then some people. And the man that was part of my kidnapping, the man that called himself Emmanuel Farmer, that used to work at East St. Louis Police Department in the '70s. That was part of my kidnapping. him and some other women were intentionally trying to make kids sick. Okay, so they could say that was the cause of death. But he had got caught a long time ago. He faked his death and did and put it in the paper. They knew he wasn't deceased. They knew he hadn't got shot up or anything at that time. No, his actual death, I do not know. But when they were saying he was dead, he wasn't dead. They picked some man up off the street and blamed him for a murder of a man that wasn't even deceased. And Emmanuel family kept fighting and telling them that the man wasn't deceased. You know. Then it's a situation about this guy they call Christopher Anthony. Been locked up in jail over 20 years. He was trying to help me find my son. And he's been in jail saying that he killed some woman that wasn't deceased. This woman going to church is telling everybody who she like. There she go. Charles Carl, them, and all these other people knew that had nobody died. Somebody died, but it was not by none of their hands. And it had something to do with some other people. And but the bottom line is that that's what it was. They thought they was gonna stop my mom materials from crying, and but all of them hadn't heard from my mom in a while, and hadn't realized that I had got better. It was numerous things I would have to do for me to get rest. And did you know, medical marijuana has always been around. I supposed to have been on. I was on medical marijuana, charcoal, DAO capsules, diphenhydramine, vitamins, and the list goes on and on. These very things, and my main particular thing I have to have is a protein diet. Protein. I'm talking about chicken, turkey, hen, all dark meat. All dark meat. Uh, have to have things baked to it's like crispy. Like you might have like you have like oven fried chicken, yeah, stuff like that. I have to make it like that. And I can have sweet potatoes and stuff like that. Can't have no cinnamon unless it's actually being cooked in the food. You know how you may make a sweet potato pie, you might put a little cinnamon there or something, but just freshly put out. Like if some people you might go to a restaurant somewhere like McDonald's, you know how they be having the cinnamon on top of the apple pies. I can't have that. You know. But that's basically what it started as, and these people just took in mind, not knowing the whole situation, that it wasn't they was wrong for what they did, kidnapped me and thinking it was easing my mom pain with me. That was not their place to do that. And then all the time when they knew where I was at. But the bottom line is they was wrong. So it wasn't like somebody was just out to kill me because I was a little girl or this, that, and the other, or because I was Betty's daughter. It was the fact that they knew I was an ill child, and they knew my mom used to be crying all the time. And she had kind of quit singing, and what they didn't realize when she moved and got me out that, put me in a better breathing environment, due to asthma issues start flaring up and all this other stuff. She had me in a manageable habitat. And they still took it upon themselves to take me from my mom. They kidnapped her. I mean, they kidnapped me. And then they just kept on playing games with my mom. This just didn't make any sense whatsoever. It's another person that's famous, DJ Khaled. He caught on to a lot of stuff and started paying attention to a lot of things because he asked me what was going on. And I shared to him what was going on, so he started checking things out in his country and started asking his own family this, that, and the other. And found out that a lot of people was getting and all that type stuff. You know. or people acting like they was gonna help other people with their burials, and they had X amount of so much money on other people family members, and just get them a couple of $1,000 and possibly will pay for the funeral, and that's it, knowing they had no attachment and didn't even know those people. you know but my mom kept catching Patrick Dempsey them up. This hurts. It really does. How dare these people do these things? All these people that lived in Illinois that was around me, Oprah Winfrey, them, Tyler Perry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Nelly, Chris Brown. My heart is just tore up about my husband, Kevin Gates, with all of them, because all of us was friends. Brandy disappointed me, Ray J. I mean, it's just like certain people, you'll be like, come on now. And none of them really ever sat down and asked me what was going on. Not all of them. Now, Kevin Gates knew what was going on with me. I think if he sleeping, had slipped his mind sometime. Uh, Nelly knew them. Nelly them knew what was wrong with me. They had been on because I taught Nelly how to do CPR and this, that, and the other. Be around Bruno, and he'd be having my sons and whatever. If I just be laying down, and he'd just keep giving me my medicine, my injections. So one day he gave me so many vials of it. Because he was like, oh, look, you kids, he used to be told, oh, you pretty. Oh, you get back pretty. Look, your skin getting back better. This. Because these spots are actually come from hives. I don't have acne. This is hives. This is what happens. You know what a hive is, right? It'll start off like a little red, and it bust, and that's it. And it get like this, and then it'll turn into a little spot. You know, we got a hive right here. You know. But shame on these people for not asking questions. May God deal with them accordingly. My money, my riches, my business that I own, my companies I created, the other companies I purchased. So many people had a chance to take care of their family and live their life dreams due to me. I am a great accomplishment to the United States of America. I remember a couple of times some people from overseas had ran some stories on me, and they knew that the government in the United States was doing me wrong. They knew it. All of them was like, come over. I even had my family, my dad's side live in Italy. They even had sent me a ticket to come to Italy. In East St. Louis, Illinois, would not drive way out there to Lambert Airport in St. Louis, Missouri, where it's out there in St. Louis in the county, and due to the fact of insurance. They had to stay within the state. They could drive anywhere in the state of Illinois. They just couldn't drive over in Missouri. And if they was to drive in Missouri, they could drop you off downtown St. Louis, and that's about it, which is like less than 10 minutes, from East St. Louis, Illinois. And that was about it. Then when you get down there to the cabs, it's metered cabs, and the cab drivers playing games, want to hit all these different blocks and, charge you a lot. I'm going to end it with this. But you know what? I remember when I lived in Minnesota, I was trying to find my way around, and I was going to the hospital. And I had went somewhere, and I was asking the lady something. She said, oh, the hospital a couple of blocks away. I said, what do you mean a couple of blocks? Like two or three? Or she got to sit like, well, I'm like, well, how far is it? She kept telling me a couple of blocks. So I'm asking everybody, uh, where the hospital at? A couple of blocks. A couple of blocks where? That's all they kept saying. So stop this cab. I said, do you know what such and such hospital is at? He was like, oh, I'll take you there and this, that, and the other. Okay, I get in the cab. So we go come to find out he drives around, he makes a right, makes a left, go around about 2 or 3 more blocks, and to only take me up like 2 blocks. And the only reason why he couldn't go the other way because it was a one way. I'm like, why wouldn't you just have the common courtesy to say, ma'am, 2 blocks ahead, you right there at the hospital? And I was very furious because of that. Cause he driving all fast. I'm like, do you understand? I was paying attention to how you were driving. For one, I don't like the way you was driving. Then for two, you took me way out my way to take me 2 blocks from where I was standing at, and really not really big whole city blocks. I'm like, are you serious? So I had reported him, and I had contacted Prince, and yeah, the single Prince, and I was like, what is going on? He said, did you? I said, no. And told him, I hope I never see him again. That's what I said. you know, and that is really bad. I know they be trying to make money, those cab drivers, but come on now, somebody just a block or two from where they're trying to go. Now if I was telling you I couldn't walk that far, yeah, go ahead and do it, but don't just automatically assume somebody wants to spend extra money for something, a place they could just walk up the street to. But if I was really sick, whereas that my back was going out on me or my illness was kicking in, please do so. Yes, I would love to take the ride, but offer me the choice. Don't just assume. I take a big deal out as owner of Disney um, and Universal theme parks and studios, and I offer a lot of amenities to ill children or some of the most or some elderly people. Some people, such in my position, is to offer these kids a chance at fun. But I call a lot of people who were lying too. We call a lot of people, even around here in Illinois and Missouri. They fake kids' illnesses and lied about how long they could stay at hotels and forged signatures. They did so many things, things I didn't even approve of, and I didn't take that very lightly. It really is terrible. How that is child abuse. Why would you want your child or any child you're to intentionally go through things with medication and all this type stuff when they don't have to, due to the fact of your greed or whatever? When all you have to do is at Disney, I offer a payment plan for families that want to take trips. Like, some people getting their taxes this year. A lot of people put down, such and such money, $1,000 or whatever for them and their family. Then every time they get paid, they'll pay $100 here, $200, to go for their family trip. And I offer discounts too, even on the cruise line. I own 4 ships. I own 4 cruise liners. Shoot, yeah, accomplished. Tupac was not a good person. It just everything LL Cool J still did right, and the list goes on and on. Everybody know to come when they try to make it big, or they want to use it, or they want to be employed by me, but nobody ever took out a chance to say, hey, what you need? Lil Wayne mama still owe me $500. Where you owe me 5,000. You know, that's all they ever tried to do. You can tell. But I just let people see how I look when I be. Right now, I'm just having a. Overall, how sometimes, when people look at their nails and doctors look at your teeth, regardless of what I'm going through,